Hello young little minds, welcome to another session of All 4G learning program. Right now in this session we will speak about the applications of capacitors in series and parallel combination. Well, you know, in previous episodes we have learned about the combination of series capacitors in series. What happens when capacitors are connected in series? What happens when capacitors are in parallel? Well, we will take the illustrations regarding this. When some capacitors are connected in series and parallel, what would be the net effective capacity of the combination of the capacitors, right? Well, before going to that, let's have a recall of what we have learned earlier. Well, I was telling you, a capacitor is a device which is used to store energy. Well, in the form of charge we store energy, right? Where electrical energy is stored, electrical potential energy is stored in the field between the plates of capacitor. So a device to store charge and energy is termed as capacitor. Well, capacity of a capacitor C, we know the capacity C is equal to Q by V. It is the amount of charge stored per unit volt. Charge per volt, Q by V, coulomb per volt, farad, units. Then we have taken different types of capacitor. Simple spherical capacitor, 4 pi epsilon naught R. Then parallel plate capacitor, a condenser. Actually, it is a condenser. Okay, parallel plate capacitor. So the capacity of a parallel plate capacitor, we have found C is equal to Ka epsilon naught by D, where A is area of the plate, D is distance between the separation between the plates. K is the electric constant, right? Then the capacity of a parallel plate capacitor. Then we have taken the combination of series and parallel. So I was telling you, series combination. Suppose if capacitors are connected in series, capacitors in series first, then later we will take the combination of this series and parallel combination, right? Capacitors in series. When capacitors are connected in series this way, then this is C1, C2 and C3, the capacitors in series. Well, I was telling you, series combination is the one in which our opposite terminals are joined together, right? So therefore here this is plus minus series combination of the capacitors, C1, C2, C3. And you know, in series the capacitors are connected in series, charge remains constant. In series combination the current flowing is constant. After attaining the steady state, the charge in them remains constant. So in capacitors, the charge Q is constant. Q remains same. When charge is same, well, I was telling you when I was speaking about capacitors, suppose if there is a big capacitor, if I pour a big tank, if I pour a little water, the level is less. If I take a smaller tank and pour the same amount of water, the level is more. So for the same amount of water, the levels are different in different tanks. Similarly, for the same charge, different capacitors. One is less, other one is big. Capacitor, it's like it's something analogous to holding the volume, the capacity. So therefore, for the same amount of charge, the levels are different. Hence, the potentials are different. So they possess different potentials, V1, V2 and V3. In series, the potentials are different. But always remember, in series combination, the total potential is the algebraic sum of the individual potentials. The total potential is the algebraic sum of the individual potentials, right? So V1 plus V2 plus V3 like this. Well, applying that for this, if these three capacitors are equivalent to a one capacitor, equivalent capacitor, effective capacitance, resultant capacitance, you can spell it out in whichever way you want. So the resultant capacity of these three, 1 by CR is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. The effective capacity of three capacitors in series, when the capacitors are connected in series, the effective capacity of the capacitance is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. The resultant capacity is the reciprocal sum. You just spell it as the reciprocal of the resultant capacity is the sum of the reciprocals of the individual capacitances. Sum of the reciprocals of the individual capacitances. right? So this way, whenever capacitors are connected in series, then in series charge is constant. So always remember, in series charge is constant, but potentials are different, such that the resultant potential is V1 plus V2, right? And the resultant capacity is the reciprocal sum. Well, the reciprocal of the resultant itself is the sum of the reciprocal sum, right? Well, in series always the capacity decreases. I was telling you that when you add reciprocals, let me take an example. Let's suppose if there are two capacitors. Imagine I am connecting two capacitors in series like this. Let's say this is 3 microfarad and this is 2 microfarad capacitors. Well, connected to something like a 12 volt battery, right? Or something like a 10 volt battery. Imagine 10 volt battery. Then what is the resultant capacity of this combination? So C1 is 3 and C2 is 2. Then the resultant capacity of this combination. So they are in series. So in series the charge is constant. So the charge through this capacitor is same as the charge through this capacitor. The charge in them is same. But the potentials are different. In this one the potential is V1, the potential is V2. You see, this is a bigger capacitor, 3 bigger. For the same amount of charge, the potential will be less. So in this one, the potential is less. Here, this is a smaller capacitor. Capacity is small, the potential is small. You know, potential, I was telling you, C is Q by V. When charge is constant, when charge is same, capacity and potential both are inverse. For a bigger capacitor, potential will be less. For a smaller capacitor, potential is small. You have to make out the thing like this. Right? So, two capacitors in series. In series, charge is constant. The total potential will be distributed. Potential is distributed among them. This is V1 and this is V2. Well, total potential V1 plus V2 is equal to 10 volt. Total potential will be equal to 10. The combination, the total potential is distributed among them. So the resultant is V1 plus V2. 10 is V1 plus V2 like this. Later, now the resultant capacity of this combination. So what is the resultant capacity? Given C1 is 3 microfarad and C2 is 2 microfarad. If I imagine these two are equivalent to a single capacitance. A single capacitance is equivalent to the combination of these two. The single capacitor which gives the same effect, it shows the same effect as the combination of these two in series. So that is termed as equivalent capacitor. Well, if these two are equivalent to a single capacitor like this, well, so the same 10 volts, this is equivalent capacitor. Whatever charge, when these two are connected in series, whatever charge that is drawn out of the cell battery, the same charge even this. So instead of these two, the single charge capacitor will show the same effect. Then this is termed as the effective capacitance, the effective resultant capacity of the capacitor there. Right, the same charge will be flowing out like this. Well, the total potential is distributed in between them as V1 and V2, where V1 plus V2 is 10. Then what is the resultant capacity? We know the resultant capacity is equal to reciprocal of the resultant is the sum of the reciprocals of the individual. Well, there are only two capacitors, so it is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Right, so therefore 1 by CR is equal to, the LCM is C1 C2, I get C1 plus C2. Well, 1 by CR is C1 plus C2 by C1 C2. Reciprocate. If I reciprocate this CR, so putting the other way, you will get it as C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So whenever the capacitors are in series, then there is two capacitors in series, then the resultant capacity is C1 C2 by C1 plus C2, product by sum. Right, so therefore CR is C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. Substituting in this, given C1 is 3, C2 is 2, so C1 is 3, C2 is equal to 2. Then taking the LCM 1 by C, so the LCM is 6. This is 3 and this is 2. Well, 3 2s, 2 3s like this. Then 1 by CR is 5 by 6. Our resultant CR is 6 by 5. It's 1.2 microfarad. You can even get it directly substituting in this also. Right? This is the formula for series combination. Two capacitors in series. Then 3 into 2 by 3 plus 2. This is 6 by 5. You get 1.2. You can do it by formula, or you can do it by the simplification, or direct substitute in the formula. Whenever two capacitors in series, the resultant capacity product by sum. So for two capacitors in series, then it is C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So 3 into 2, 6 by 3 plus 2, 5, 6 by 5, 1.2. So this equivalent capacity is 1.2 microfarad, the resultant capacity. You see, 1.2 microfarad. When I check the capacitors which I have used, one is 3, other one is 2. The first one is 3 microfarad, other one is 2 microfarad. Out of these two, this is the smaller one, 2. This is the bigger one, 3. Now the resultant is only 1.2. So the resultant is only 1.2, which is less than the smaller one which I have used. The smaller capacity is only 2. The value resultant is still less than that. That is the reason why in series capacitance the capacity decreases. Capacity is less. You get the resultant capacity which is less than the least capacitor that is being used in the combination. In the combination, out of all these things, the least value what you have used, the smallest value what you have used in the combination, the resultant capacity is even less than that smaller value. Now this is a very important point. Logically you can solve problems by this identity. In series combination, always the resultant capacity decreases, the first point. Then in series capacitor, the resultant capacity is less than the least value of the capacitor that is used in the combination. Smaller than the smallest, right? So therefore the smallest is 2, the resultant is even less than that, 1.2 microfarad. Now sometimes in this question itself, he will be asking you what is the charge drawn from the battery, the charge stored on each capacitor. What is the charge that is stored in each capacitor? Well, these two combination is equivalent to this. So the charge on it, we know capacity C is equal to Q by V. So Q is C into V. The charge drawn, charge stored, it is resultant capacity into this. So resultant is 1.2 into 10 volt. It's 12 microcoulombs. It's microfarads. It's microfarad into volt. Farad into volt is coulomb. Because unit, I was telling you, C is equal to Q by V. Coulomb per volt is farad. Well, farad into volt is coulomb. So it's 12 microfarad here into volts. So it's 12 microfarad into volt. Farad into volt is coulomb. So coulomb is farad into volt. So the total charge is 12 microcoulombs. Total charge drawn from it. Well, the same charge will be stored in either of them. Well, you know, when you take in series combination, the charge remains constant. Q is constant. So therefore the total charge on them is same. That is 12 microcoulombs. Well, what are the individual potentials he'll be asking? What is the individual potential? Then we know C1 is equal to Q by V1. From this, V1 is equal to Q by C1. Right? So therefore the individual, what is V1? Q, the charge is same. In series the charge remains constant. We got it as 12 microcoulombs by capacity of the first one is 3 microfarad. Where coulomb per farad is volts. So it's 3 ones, 3 fours. So it's 4 volts for the first capacity. Similarly, C2 is equal to Q by V2. So V2 is Q by C2. Then charge, the charge is 12 microcoulombs by the capacity is 2 microfarad. Well, micro cancel. This is 6. This is 6 volts. The total potential 10, 4 and 6. The potential is distributed. So this capacitor will get 4 volts, this capacitor will get 6 volts. Is it? So therefore, that is the reason I was telling you. This is a bigger capacitor, the potential is less 4. This is a smaller capacitor, the potential is more 4, 6. So the ratio, if you see the ratio, you know, C1 is 3, C2 is 2. The ratio is 3:2. If I take V1 by V2, it's 4:6, 2 by 3. The potential ratio is inverse ratio of their capacity. Right? So V1 by V2 is C2 by C1. Sometimes Without asking the value, we will be asking to find out the ratio, the potentials that are being obtained by them. So V1 by V2, it's the inverse ratio of their capacity. In series combination, please, only in series combination it is. In series, charge is same, so the potential varies inversely with capacity. Capacity ratio 3:2, potential ratio will be 2:3, so V1 by V2 2:3. Right, so this way you can find out the resultant capacity in series combination. In series combination, the resultant capacity is like this, of this order. Suppose the same question is asked with 3 capacitors. Let's do it if there are 3 capacitors. 3 capacitors are connected in series, then what would be the resultant capacity? Let us take up a simple problem. Let's suppose there are 3 capacitors like this connected in series to a battery like this. Let C1 be something like 2 microfarad, C2 be something like 3 microfarad, and C3 is some 4 microfarad like this. Right? And all the 3 are connected to something like a 13 volt battery. Imagine, let's suppose that it is a 13 volt battery. Then what would be the resultant capacity? We will find out the thing there. Now, with the capacitors are connected in series. First, whenever the capacitors series is they are connected in opposite terminals are joined together. So you see, to the positive terminal of the battery, this plate is connected to the positive terminal. So this gets plus. It's at higher potential. So this one will be at lower potential. Now this lower potential plate is connected to the higher potential plate of the other this thing. Then this is minus plus. Well, this minus is connected to this. Well, in series we know charge remains constant, so Q is same, there will be some Q. But the potentials are different. I said V1, V2, V3. The potentials are different, V1, V2, V3. Bigger capacitor gets lower potential. I was telling you, capacity C is equal to Q by V. When Q is constant, then V varies inversely with capacity. Then capacity, bigger capacitor, less voltage. This is bigger capacitor, the voltage here is less. This is smaller capacity, the voltage will be lower. Well, we'll find out the value there, okay. Now, so in series combination like this, they are in series. Charge is constant, potentials are different. The total potential V1 plus V2 plus V3 is 13 volts. Then, what is, first question, what is the resultant capacity? He is asking to find the resultant capacity of the combination. Well, we know the resultant capacity, whenever capacitors are connected in series the resultant capacity is the reciprocal of the resultant is the sum of the reciprocals of the individual capacitance. Capacity is a scalar. It's a scalar. It is the algebraic sum. Just add algebraically, but the reciprocals you have to add. So 1 by CR is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. This is the resultant capacity whenever they are connected in series. When 3 capacitors are connected in series like this, then the resultant capacity you can take it as 1 by CR is 1 by C1, 1 by C2, 1 by C3. Then, so substituting the values we get. So 1 by CR is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. The values are 2, 3 and 4. We are given it as 2, 3 and 4 like this. So the reciprocal of the resultant capacity, first one is 2 microfarad, second one is 3 microfarad, third one is 4 microfarad. The smallest, 2 microfarad is the smallest, right? 4 microfarad is the biggest. Potential varies inversely. This smaller capacitor gets more potential, bigger capacitor gets less potential, right? So you please remember, this is a smaller. You know, I was telling you, in series combination the capacity decreases. The resultant capacity must be less than the least value. The least value used is 2, the smallest value is 2. Our resultant value should be less than 2. This, while doing the problem, you have to make out, you should be clear with the thing that what could be the answer, what you get. For confirmation, for your confirmation, you should have that in series the resultant capacity should be always small. Should be less than the least value, smallest value. So the smallest itself is 2. So we have to get the resonant capacity even less than 2. So that is to be remembered. So let's take the LCM. Well, 2, 3, 4, the LCM is 12. 2, 6, 3 4s and 4 3s. So therefore the LCM is 12. In the numerator I get 13. So it's 13 by 12, 1 by CR. Well, the resultant capacity CR is 12 by 13 microfarads it is. 12 by 13 microfarads. You know, you can even do this by this method also. Right? Generally, you can find out the resultant capacity when they are connected, when three capacitors are connected in series. 1 by CR is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So, if I take the LCM like this, the LCM is C1, C2, C3. The LCM of all the three is C1, C2 and C3 like this. Then you get C1, C2. When you take the LCM, it is C1, C3 and this is C1, C2. Well, this is C2, C3. C2, C3, for this it is C1, C3 and for this it is C1, C2. So, 1 by CR value is, in the denominator C1, C2, C3, it's C1, C2, C2, C3 plus C1, C3. Well, resultant capacity I can write it as C1, C2, C3 by C1, C2 plus C2, C3 plus C3, C1. This is the resultant capacity. Whenever three capacitors are in series, directly you can remember the formula like this. Earlier just now we have learned that if two capacitors in series, it is the product by sum, C1, C2 by sum plus C2. Here also, the product by sum of the product of any two combination. Right? Sum of the product. Take 2 to each, C1, C2, C2, C3, C1, C3. The product of all by. So therefore, this is the direct formula. For three capacitors in series, the resultant capacity is C1, C2, C3 by C1, C2, C2, C3, C1, C3. Well, let me find out by this method whether we are going to get the same thing or not. C1 is 2, C2 is 3, C3 is 4. So substitute. So it's 2 into 3 into 4 by C1, C2, it's 2 into 3. C2, C3, it's 3 into 4 plus C1, C3, it's 2 into 4. Well, resultant capacity is 2 into 3 into, so it's 2 into 3 fourths, it's 12 by 2, 3, 6 plus 12 plus 8. Well, it's 2 into 12 by, it's 26. Well, I shall write this 26 as 2 into 12 by 26. Let me write it as 2 into 13. So, therefore, the resultant capacity is 12 by 13, the same value what you have got here. So, it's 12 by 13 microfarad. This way. So you can do it by simple algebra, arithmetic, do it by arithmetic or direct formula. You remember direct formula like this. Whenever three capacitors are connected in series, the resultant capacity is C1, C2, C3 by C1, C2, C2, C3, C1, C3. Like this. Right? And directly you can substitute, get the answer as 12 by 13 microfarads. Well, this is the resultant capacity first. Then after this, then what is the charge that is stored in them? After finding the resultant capacity, then the charge stored in them. So we got the resultant capacity in this combination. In this, the resultant capacity is 12 by 13 microfarad. So the resultant capacity is 12 by 13 microfarad. Well, what is the charge stored in each one? The charge stored in each one is the resultant capacity into potential. You know, C is equal to Q by V. The formula C, we got it as Q by V. So Q is equal to C into V. So therefore, the total charge stored, the resultant capacity, we got it as 12 by 13 into microfarads into voltage, that is 13 volts. Well, it's 12 microfarad into volts is coulombs. The total charge is 12 microcoulomb. So from this battery, a 12 microcoulomb charge is drawn, and that will be stored in either of them. All the capacitors, the charge is same 12, 12 and 12 like this. So the same charge is stored in all the capacitors. Q1 is, Q2 is, Q3 is 12 microfarads. Then how about the potentials? What are the individual potentials? So if I take the potential of this one, C1 is Q by V1. Then C1 is 2, charge Q we got it as 12, the potential is V1. So cross multiplying, V1 is 6 volts. V1 is 6 volts. Similarly, C2 is equal to Q by V2. So I get V2 as Q by C2, that is 12 by C2 is 3, I get 4 volts. and third one C3 is Q by V3, which gives V3 as Q by C3. So it's 12 by, the total charge is 12 by C3, the capacity is 4. So 4 3s, it's 3 volts. So therefore the potential, individual potentials, this is 6 volts, this is 4 volts, and this is 3 volts. You see, this is 2 microfarad, 6. The product, 6 2s are 12, the charge. C is equal to, Q is equal to CV. 3 4s are 12, 4 3s are 12, same charge, right? And capacity, this is smaller, this is bigger voltage. This is bigger capacity, less voltage. The resultant capacity is 12 by 13 less than 1. The least itself is 2. The resultant capacity is less than the resultant. Thank you.